respect is a first indicator of love. Are you able to respect that sister as a brother?
Yeah.
Respect her body, respect her time, respect the fact that she is alive. The telltale signs that one is ameiva vizuri, you can be entrusted is if in a very informal way you can be entrusted with the opposite gender.
Welcome to Decoding the Process. This is Wema Tv, and we are glad we are getting some nice feedback. People are viewing, people are following up, people are checking on what we are doing here. On Decoding Process, this is where we break it down. We show you and tell you, give you the facts, tell you how you should go through this journey, the dating process, the relationship journey. We take you through this journey so that you can be able, you don't make the mistake. Some of us, or even your friends, have made mistakes, and we don't want the same mistakes repeated. And that is why we always gather here every Tuesday at 9:45 to tell you what we expect, what the community, what this generation needs to get from you. And today, one more time, this is a public demand. We decided to host another great man one more time, who did a great job, and we had a part one with him, and we have him with us in our studios today. He's going to introduce himself one more time. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me at Wema TV. Thank you, my host Prince. My name is Rogers Monene. I'm a youth and teens mentor, an academic discipline counselor, and an author who has published 2 books, Youth and Love Life, about interpersonal relationships, and my project about academic discipline. Alongside that, I'm a husband, I'm a father, and you can be sure, in that case, a consultant on matters relationships. Thank you.
Great. It is wow. And I tell you, you can't miss out with this and such a great man in our studios. It has been wonderful, and we are learning, we are getting into details, we are getting information. A great man says that information is power.
Sure.
And when we have our young people loaded, given the right information, then they're not going to mess up. They're not going to make mistakes in their decisions. And the great man that we have today, our youth and teens coach that has done so much and even written a book on relationships. I believe that is the right person that we have in our show tonight. And in our last show, we were doing issues to know that this is a young person. That is a young person. When should I, understand which are some of the signs that I should have so that I can tell now I am ready for marriage? Which are some of the things that somebody is supposed to go through, is supposed to experience to know that I am ready for marriage. I am the right person. I am the right candidate. That nikichukua msichana wa mtu anjapotea, ama kijana ya mtu akinichukua anjapotea, sitaenda, this is not marriage is not a trial and error. That unajaribu, then ukiona hii mambo ya come and try, come and try. That's what we want to come to bring these things to an end. That watu wanaingia wanajaribu, so unatoka ukiwa so wooden, such that you lose the interest in future to get into marriage. And these are some of the things that we want to put right. These are some of the things that we want our young people to understand. And today, because we are in our part 2 on how a young person can understand or can know that I qualify, I am ripe for marriage. Today we are getting into the signs, that is, the signs that usually exist that will tell you that I am ready for marriage. And still alongside that, we'll be talking about some of the wrong reasons that have blend people into wrong relationships. That is which are some of the wrong, things that mtu amejiangalia akasema, as I'm getting some feedback, others are saying that alicherewa kwa mtu akasema sasa utaenda anje na usiku sasa na hii giza yote na usiku akaonekana they can make a good wife, na kwa sababu huyu alikuwa na feel I am ripe for marriage, ndoa ikapatikana pale. Which are some of the things, some of the wrong reasons that the young people have looked into na wakajipata in wrong relationships and ultimately wrong marriages.
Thank you so much for that wonderful preamble. The Bible in the book of Amos, chapter number 3, verse 3, is asking, how can two people walk together unless they agree? The issue is about, at one point, do these two people agree and eventually purpose to start off? No. Something very interesting that you realize with life. Life will always give you the telltale signs. What are they? Signs that are indicating that you can be trusted. Now, alongside marriage, I don't know whether you realize that before someone gets their own car, the other people starts entrusting them with their cars. The day you'll be entrusted with someone's car and you use it for some hours, a day or two, and the owner of the vehicle is not asking you about how their car is, that tells you, umeanza kuiva vizuri, you can be trusted with yours. The day a young man can be entrusted with other people's daughters, what am I saying? A certain mother in the village tells you, Prince, as you go to church, as you go to that meeting, pass over home and pick my daughter. Come pick Carol, Maggie, Paris, that Rose. Come and pick her and go to the seminar with her. And eventually you pass by the home and the parents entrust you with their own daughter. And they feel safe that their daughter is in your hands. You go for the seminar and you come back home. That's a telltale sign that you can be entrusted with yours when time comes. So you have a potential in waiting. However unfortunate, so many people don't want to trust the process. They want to do things just because of what we'll be mentioning later, the wrong reasons.
The wrong reasons.
But why? Because of they lack mentorship. They lack some people that they can look up to. They lack people who have done things the right way. Or if they are there, they themselves are not willing to submit. Look at me. Wave 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 at me. Love your chin. Is that your chin? Where did you touch your hair? You touch your hair because I too touched my hair. But this is your chin. And people are getting negatively influenced by others. We want to do what other people are doing more than what we hear and consider right. So my argument here would be the telltale signs that one is ameiva vizuri, you can be entrusted is if in a very informal way you can be entrusted with the opposite gender. And you respect that other gender, because I believe respect is a first indicator of love. If someone doesn't respect you, then they don't love you. Are you able to respect that sister as a brother? Respect her body, respect her time, respect the fact that she has a life, she has her dreams, she has a career to develop and all that. If you're not able to respect that, then simply you don't love her. No. Is this sister also able to respect the gender, the opposite gender, the man? And in this case, we are speaking about love where we have male and female. Because God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. We are speaking about the normal formality of what marriage should be all about. Then, are they able to take care of themselves this way? The while they are living in that single self-confused room. You know, that's why all of us start. You get yourself a job and you get yourself a bed sitter, a room that is single self-confused, table room, sitting room, kitchen, bathroom, all in the same environment. Are you able to provide to your own self? Because if you're not able to provide to your own self, buy your own food, pay your own bills, is it that you'll be able now to do the same when you have another party on you? You have someone else who is depending on you. Sasa, na wewe msichana, when you're living by yourself without any other person, considering that you also have a life, are you able to do your cause? Are you able to do that what ought to be done by already, even before you're entrusted with someone else? Are you responsible enough? Do you do this because somebody is watching over you, or do you do this because they're beneficial to you and all concerned? But I can also tell you the reason why you have a problem with the current generation, the millennials, call them Generation Z, is because much of what they're doing on supervision. They're doing because somebody is watching over them, not for their own gain, not because they are responsible enough. So those are some of the telltale signs. Then again, is this man who is proposing, or rather is interested with you as a sister, is he willing to, that's the ones that they tell you in secret. Kuna zile mambo za chini ya maji zile za SMS, saksa pause, mambo's fitis, guess who? Mpaka na kundanganya hapo na sisia nikikuwaza. Sio mtu anamwambia na sisia nikikuwaza, unajua nakwambia ameboeka na amechoka na wewe. On light note. But anyway, is this what this guy tells you, able to tell you in presence of someone else? If not your parents, possibly a well-established couple that can be trusted. Ni mambo mnabiana tu kwa giza kule kichini ya maji? Ama ni mambo anaweza sema, fine, there is a couple want us to visit, or even your parents, or an aunt call an aunt or someone, and whatever I'm telling you, I can tell you in their presence. So ukiona mjamaa mnapanga, anakwambia hey, me I won't mind. Siku ikifika anakwambia niko na homa, nimegonjeka, anajipatia tu excuse, basi ujue kuna reality anajaribu kutorokea. So again, boldness, that whatever we are doing, whatever I'm subscribing to, whatever I'm introducing to you, is not just about me. It's about, and not about us, it's about other people. Because again, marriage has to have the blessings of the community, the blessings of God, it starts there, the community, and also the parents. Sababu mtoto si wa mama yake na baba yake, ni wa community, the clan. Dowry negotiations are becoming forth. So if this guy just wants you peke yake, hiyo ni kusema kuna gray areas.
Okay. We are learning, and we are getting much, and whatever you are saying is very important to this generation. When there is something that you mentioned about the community, about the other people, and as we're talking about the science and how to understand that, before we're getting into the wrong reasons why people get into wrong relationships, rather, there is the aspect of this other group of people that feels, I am ripe for marriage, because we are almost getting done with this topic. I am ready for marriage. I am ripe for marriage. I qualify to get married. I am sister so and so. But I cannot go out and tell somebody that I am ready for marriage. You know, I'm getting pressures from my family. You know, they're telling me, we nani, tafuta mtu bwana. Na inafika mahali hata unaambiwa sasa mahali imefika
utakuwa tena.
Wanaona wewe sasa ni kama unachapa, unajua anakuambia wewe utachapa, hii urembo inaishanga, unaona? So anakuambia hey, organize bana, tafuta kama mtu. But sasa you are a sister X, you cannot go out looking for a brother, but you are getting the pressure from your family, you are getting the pressure from your tribe. Wanakuambia kwanza, unajua sasa wewe ukifika 30 hapa kwetu sasa sijui itakuwa namna gani. How do we help this sister? She is ripe enough.
No, there is quite a debate that comes out of it that brings us to another topic altogether. Can she propose, boldly propose? That's quite some debate, because again, our traditions and our customs and our beliefs are into the man is the head, the man is the hunter, the lady is the hunted. So there's also the issue to do with the eagle of a man.
Yeah.
Will you be willing to? But my advice to these sisters, you're saying, would be don't just desperately submit into it because of pressure, but rather avail yourself to the potentials. Avail yourself to the potentials. I mean, be found where they are, and try to let it be known that you are single and ready to mingle. I mean, that doesn't say that you get seductive, because by getting seductive, simply what you'll be doing is that you'll be appearing like you're desperate. But avail yourself, see how to and also involve God in it. Involve God in it.
Yeah.
Because again, marriage is also very divine. It all comes from God and all that. But you can't be sure. The issue of whether a girl should propose is quite a debate.
Okay.
It's quite a debate.
I get.
But again, I would ask this sister, why would you be, wewe unaomba sana ukiwa umefunga macho? Unaomba umefunga macho. Unaomba, afu ukifungua unapata mtu aliletwa akapata umefunga macho hukuona akaenda kwa neighbor. Kwa neighbor kuko na harusi, wewe unapima kitenge. If you feel that this time you can also in a way just retreat with that young man and possibly speak your heart out.
Okay. So let's say from our perspective, and whatever you discussed, let them just put things before God and try to avail themselves.
Again, because we are not supposed to fall in love, we are supposed to grow in love. It's a process.
Oh, we are not falling in love.
Anytime you fall in love, you get hurt.
Oh.
But if you're growing in love, then every other thing, every other reaction, every other thing that happens aloud and within you is a learning experience, because after all, you're growing.
I thought because someone is ripe for marriage, there is something like love at first sight, because they are ready.
Remember,
so they can fall in love.
Remember, these are two persons, as you said last week.
Yeah.
These are two persons born, brought up, bred, oriented to matters life differently.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come together and be one. Then they need to get rid of any other external influence and also be selfless. I mean, I'm willing to learn. Nataka to join. And that's why there's courtship. But unfortunately, what happens? So many people court in marriage. And so that's when you get disappointed. Unaona jamaa analala na ngorota sana, unakuwa na shida.
Fine.
Hiyo ni mambo amu kuongea.
Okay, we are getting so much from Rogers, and I think we can't end this. We can't get enough of this great man, because I'm still directed into something else, still on the same. That there is now. I was talking about Sister X. Now I'm into Brother Y. There is a Brother Y here that is ripe enough, that feels that I need somebody to settle with right now. But the demands of the process, demands of the process in this respect, that dowry factor, the wedding factor, especially the dowry factor in some communities is so demanding. There are so many things that are so demanding at this point that somebody ends up giving up on the person that they wanted to marry, or they end up giving up on some ladies are also so demanding on the issues of, I want a nice wedding, I need something smart, my friends, my relatives have experienced this. Now, this brother so and so, how do they go through the process easily without, bila ku-expire? Unajua anaweza hivi hapa kwa process mpaka sasa aungue.
One of what makes, or rather make this a misconception to men, that one of the ways of getting a lady to yourself is by exaggerating yourself or presenting yourself as a bazoo, yule mse, source. So you also want the other parents, the parents of the wannabe in-laws, to know that wewe si hivi. So the expectations is too high. But I feel, in as much as dowries, the traditions and beliefs and customs are part and parcel of us. Being understood is also very, very important. And I did tell this brother that let your fiancé, let this lady that you're getting interested with you understand you. So even as introduces you to the parents, or even tells the parents that I have a friend, and you know, it all starts with some young men are coming to visit, and then it falls out to parents, to the elders, to the entire clan, to that, to the devil and all that. Let them understand. Because if the expectation is that we are getting a catch out of these, then you can be sure things will eventually blow out of proportion. The idea behind meeting the parents and the clan and the community should be, and ideally, to bless these people. That they may go and multiply, thrive, and do well, and then eventually come back. Because again, dawali hawezi isha. Inakwanga pole pole tu, as you're getting blessed, pole pole tu. But if you put a price tag that this and this and this must be brought, sasa hiyo ndio sababu unaona sasa vijana wanaume wengine wako na shida meeting the in-laws. Because anaona, hey, niko na kadeni sikulipa. It should be a mutual relationship. You are part of that family.
Yeah.
They are also part of you. That lady is also part of you, of your family. No strings attached, because after you got blessings. But we also need to agree that cultures, traditions at times are too difficult to these brothers, and eventually they are losing it. And one day you rise up to realize that they are already married to whoever you don't know.
Wow. I tell you, it's getting deep, and we are learning. And time is not with us. I feel that whatever has been shared and is still being shared is important for each one of us.
Sure.
And we are growing. We are growing. As we learn, we are also growing. And now that, as I said, we can't get of this great man, this teens and youth coach, and a great mentor. You have written several books.
Yes.
And as we wind up the show, because our time is getting out of hand, I want to give you a chance to also introduce us into some of these books that you have written.
Yes, I'm an author. I've published 2 books.
Yes.
One book is actually my second book is my grade, my project. My grade, my project is a book that is exposing learners to that which can either make or break the academic performance. So I'm introducing academic disciplines to learners, and I'm also introducing academic discipline to learners. That book is available, only that I don't have a copy with me. But I've also done a book entitled Youth and Love Life, unveiling the relationships time bomb. But why this book? Because my host, you agree with me, the topic on relationships is very broad. We cannot exhaust it within the few minutes that we have at Wema TV or anywhere else, not even in conferences. It's a lesson that needs to be done. So in this book, I'm helping the youth and teens, young people, to acquaint themselves into the do's and don'ts of relationships, the things that they ought to do before they get to relationship, and things that they need to avoid. The topics therein are well stipulated. I'm speaking about human sexuality, interpersonal relationship, love and its counterfeits, sexual orientation and sexual abuse, delusions and lies and myths about love life, wrong reasons for marriage. Is it time to end that relationship? And a heart-to-heart talk. This is what I'm saying. Before you test, trust. Because you can be sure so many people are living in regret. They would have wanted to get to good relationship that will give them genuine love and soul peace. But on getting there, they are getting so disappointed, leading to people killing each other, leading to a lot of dysfunctionality in marriages, eventually affecting the growth and development of their own children. How do we help young people get well founded even before they get to relationships? This book are available, and possibly Wema TV can pass my contact, or whoever is interested can reach out through my host and be directing you on where you can access this book.
All right. That was nice. It's great. Today we hand a great man and an author, for that matter. I'll give him a chance to do the parting shots as we wind up.
Well, when God created Adam and Eve and placed them in the Garden of Eden, he had the best of intentions over their lives. However, the Bible, in the book of Song of Solomon, Song of Songs, the book of Song of Solomon talks a lot of emotions because of the love feelings they are in. In chapter number 2, verse 15, the Bible is speaking about catch us the small foxes. Now, my prayer to the youth, the teenagers, and all the people that are following whatever is happening here is that God may catch you the small foxes, because the small things matters most. Relationships are not kept because of the big things that you do for each other, but the small things. Again, marriages are not broken because of the big things that you do to each other, but the small things. Can we be responsible with the small things? May God catch you the small foxes that spoil the vines just when you're about to get a harvest.
Wow, that has been Decoding the Process on Wema TV. You can catch us every Tuesday at 9:45, and all our social media handles, Wema TV. Find us there and get information, for information is power. We love you and have a good night.
Good night.